Well, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at in the universe, the Space 1999 universe. It's just me today. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. I'm going to set that expectation right up front. Yes, this is sort of a special segment to do, of course, with all things Manchester 1999. We finally have some hotel information. I do apologize for the length of time here. There was some back and forth with several locations. Of course, we need to ensure that we're able to facilitate everything. In this case, it really just came down to we needed a space large enough for the Eagle. so, so, as you all know from London, that massive construction from Daryl Simmons and team and family is huge. So we really needed to ensure that that's going to be a big part of our fun and festivities this September, and of course that's also going to tie into. You heard it here first. Well, no, probably not first, but some filming for Return to Moonbase Alpha that very same weekend. So I wanted to pop in here and provide you all with those updates. And it's funny when I think back, and I get that everybody's anxious and everybody needs to know where they're going to be landing and calling home. And it just made me remember back to London where we actually had a last minute hotel change. I think not much more than a couple months in advance. It was very stressful at the time, but it all worked out, and I thank everybody for their patience and understanding there. So we're going to be ahead of the game here, and we're sort of right on track with. How far out we announced the hotel last year for Los Angeles. So yeah, we're no problems, no worries there. But yeah, this is very exciting as well. The other thing, of course, folks, is that yes, we are very, very excited to be in the official pre-launch phase for the short film Return to Moonbase Alpha. This has been something that I've been working on for the last 3 years or so, and it's just nice to see it all finally come to fruition and ramp up that excitement. We started with that trailer back in 2024 that Anton did, just lovely, wonderful. He knocked it out of the park, and that really sort of got the buzz and the hype train rolling. And of course, now here we are, the better part of a couple years later, finally gearing up to bring this to reality for everybody. It's going to be a very fun and exciting project for everyone. And you've probably heard about, well, a couple things. I mean, we did release sort of a second trailer about a month ago. Called Ghost Call, and that was a lot of fun to put together. That was sort of an Alan Carter fever dream, if you will. So that was number two. And the other thing we've been trying to do all along is sort of establish a timeline of living on Terra Alpha and gearing up to this big exciting event, which we've also now, if you haven't seen, sort of dubbed in universe. Makes a lot of sense once you hear it. Operation Genesis. Operation Genesis. So that's going to be the move to for a few of the inhabitants and their families to head back to the moon after 25 years. That was sort of planted by Johnny Burns so expertly all those years ago in Message from Moonbase Alpha with Xenia. So yeah, we're really excited, and of course the Kickstarter. So that's going to go live officially April 1st. And the support it's bowled me over, folks. Honestly, I can't thank everybody out there enough for helping to get the word out there and helping to share. This is my first kick of the cat when it comes to a crowdfunding campaign, so I sort of had to take a crash course myself. But I pulled together a lot of tips and pointers from just doing my own research and YouTube videos. That's my go-to. But there's a couple channels I subscribe to, and I've been watching, for the last few months gearing up to this. So the pre-launch phase, just so you all know, and that's where I'm going to be sending out a few notices over the course of the next week and a half, because the pre-launch phase is actually more important than the campaign itself. Believe it or not, it's really all about getting the word out there, getting everybody to share it, making it, hopefully go viral somewhat. with the said, she said, and I know two friends, and passing it along, right? And getting those followers up on the pre-launch page right now, we're doing really well. I'm really excited. So we've got over 300 followers already. And we still have the better part of 9 or 10 days to go before the launch. So I think we're in a good spot, but it never hurts just to sort of jump on and bring everybody up to speed, up to date a little bit. There are going to be some more updates. Last night, of course, very excitingly, we had a new trailer, not a trailer, but a promotional video that Nick Tate was gracious enough to put together for us. And so we got that out there, and it just sort of lends credibility to our efforts here and what we're trying to do. So anyway, let's circle back to that. Let's talk about Manchester. I know everybody out there is quite excited, and I did do something a little different today. I put the link out there. Well, a couple of things right off the bat. I did launch a new Return to Moonbase Alpha Facebook page here about a month ago. And again, response, I mean, like we've knocked it out of the park when it comes to followers and subscribers already. But there's a little something that I found out about between Facebook and StreamYard, where our broadcast studio here that we've used for many, many years. I can't actually link that new page until it's 60 days old. So I can't actually broadcast in there live. So of course we're going into the 50th anniversary page, which has been our go-to. And I'm just going to have to try and cross-link that into the new Return to Moonbase Alpha page and keep everybody up to date that way. But neither here nor there. Let's talk for a moment all things Manchester, because I know that's why a lot of you are out there today. And I'd like to bring on some special guests. I see a few people. Yes, I did drop this guest link in the rooms as well, so that there's you're able to sort of say hi in the comments. And actually, I just glanced, and there's a lot of people today. It looks like I'll run through those quick, and then I'll bring on some special guests. So we've got, looks like Nancy Ely out there from Calgary, Alberta, tuning in. Hello, Nancy. Thanks for joining in today. And I know you're looking forward to Manchester as well. So we appreciate your support. Always. And Nancy did a really nice promotion for our pre-launch page for the Kickstarter this week as well. So I really appreciate that. Franny's out there. Hello, Franny, my dear friend. It is so nice to see you. And again, thank you for your constant support. You've been by my side all these years, and I want you to know how much I truly appreciate that. So, and it's always nice to see and hear from you. Who else? We got Rolly out there. Hi, Rolly. I don't think we've met before. We've got Love Space 1999. Jerry Anderson was so far ahead of the time of the man was a bloody genius. Yes, of course. And Rolly, you know what? You might be one of those new people that have just joined in recently to our community here on Facebook and StreamYard. So we really appreciate your support for all our efforts moving forward, whether it be Manchester or Return to Moonbase Alpha or maybe both. So nice to see some new people out there as well. We've got Mark Anthony Craig out there. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Nice to see you. And of course, Mark's going to be one of our exhibitors coming up in Manchester this year as well. Just incredible work that Mark does with the small scale miniatures and dioramas that you may be seeing online. The Moonbase Alpha interiors, just mind-bogglingly cool. So we're really excited that Mark's going to be displaying those as well. We've got Robert Hill from Australia. Hey, 3:45 in the morning. Yeah, you'll probably be joining our friend Jenny Bonnie Millett from Australia as well, Robert. She's usually setting that alarm for the middle of the night to join in. But thank you so much for your time and support here. We got Randy Lee out there. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you. Randy's been a big supporter for many, many years as well. And we really appreciate everything. And we've got, oh boy, look at this troublemaker, Mr. Stephen Redder. Can't wait to board the Eagle again. Yeah, isn't that the truth, Stephen? Boy, oh boy. Yeah, it's what an exciting time that was back in 24. Hey, I mean, Daryl just the level of detail and painstaking hours that he put into that, and you can see the results. Yeah, let me just see if I can find a quick picture here. Of course, yeah. There's Ken Scott sitting in the Eagle, yeah. And Mr. Nick Tate, of course, with Daryl. And this was another fun one as well. Johnny Garco. and he just looks so proud to be there in that moment. We were really thrilled to bring Johnny over from Italy, and what a wonderful guest he was. So yes, we're all gearing up for that. Same eventuality this time out. Of course, Daryl's going to have more completed. I mean, it was an amazing work as it was, but of course he's going back to work on it here right away. And the idea and intention is to have even more of it completed. So I won't get into it too much, but there might be a few extra surprises that go along with that. So we're just very excited. And again, that ties into the hotel, and finding the proper home for us. So having said that, I know I've gotten off topic here a couple times already, but let's go ahead. So we are very excited to announce that our new home this September. Oh, wait, I was going to bring on some special guests. Geez, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me do that first. Give me a second. One-man show here today. Yes. And let's bring on Peter and Adina. Hello, guys. How you doing? Looks like you're muted.
Hey, Warren.
There we go. Nice to see you guys.
And you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to. I know it's been way too long to have that catch up, but here we are, and I know you guys are on board and really looking forward to coming up to Manchester as well, right?
Very much so. Very much.
Well, that's great. And you guys, just for a little bit of backstory here, for anybody out there, Peter and Adina were a godsend in helping out with all things London. And I can't thank you guys enough for what you guys did. The biggest thing was, funnily enough, crazily enough, I had to start sending all these big packages and bins over from Canada, and I needed a drop-off point. So Peter and Adina were gracious enough to receive all these totes and bins from me and transport them to the hotel we had there at the Renaissance. And just thank you so much again, guys. That was
no problem.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, really was a big help for the entire event. So this year, now you guys are based close to London, correct? You're not too far away? Yeah. So it'd be a couple hour drive for you, or a couple hour journey at least, I think, right?
About 5 hours.
Oh, 5 hours. I forget about all those windy, turny roads and those crop circle roundabouts. Yeah. So well, thank you guys for going through all that, and we look forward to seeing you, of course. So really quickly before I get to this, do you guys have any other questions that I can maybe address for anybody out there in regards to Manchester? I know we've got some guest announcements already out there, and we will be having some more shortly here, maybe even in the month of April, to sort of coincide with our Kickstarter. But anything, just let me put it to you this way, guys. Anything you'd like to see this time out, considering, that we were all a part of London, is there anything in particular that you'd maybe like to see this time out that we could maybe implement?
Well, we had an amazing time in London. Yeah. It would be nice to have a little more time with the guests to sit down, because, you sit down for an hour and then like that, it's over. Yeah. We have such a good time, such interesting stuff, and boom, the hour's already up.
Right.
So it just be nice to have a little more time, but that may be something you won't be able to provide, because, the excitement of it just goes so fast.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, Adina, because I'll actually, this was the other thing I was going to mention to everybody here today. So when we get into this hotel announcement, we're gonna definitely provide the location, but it's going to be a few weeks until we can get everything online as far as a booking code and things like that. But having said that, what we're trying to do as well, and here's a little bit of the back and forth that's gone on, and it will be ongoing over the next few weeks, is that we're actually, London, for everything we did there. I was very happy with the results, but there was a lot going on, as you guys know, and even when it comes to that, not having enough time with the guests and celebrities, it was maybe partially because we had so many guests and celebrities. Like
Yeah.
it was really remarkable. We had over 30 people there, and it's just
Yeah.
there was a lot of moving parts and pieces. So long story short, what we're hoping to do here is have things a little more downsized, downscaled, a little more, but most importantly, a little more intimate and a little more personal, right? So, and that includes the guest list, right? So we're really going to try and scale things back a little bit and make it a little more of a personal experience for anybody coming and anybody being in attendance. And part of that is actually the hotel it's not a big, well, it is a chain, right? You'll know it right away, but it's a smaller venue. Okay. And it actually only has about 50 rooms. So what we're hoping to do is actually rent out the entire facility and take over the entire hotel. So it's just us, and really create for that a personal experience, right? And it's really going to open. I don't think anybody's ever done this before, but it's really going to open it up, even from a cosplay perspective, and really take that awkwardness maybe out of some people might be a little shy and inhibited walking around, in a tight elfin uniform from 50 years ago. That's maybe not overly flattering, right? It's one thing to cosplay if you're going to a big fan expo, right? It's that you expect that, right? But in a hotel, say like in Los Angeles or London, right? There's still other patrons. It's and you're walking around with other people, and there might be a wedding going on or something, and so anyway, we're really hoping that we can arrange this where we can actually rent out each and every single room. And take over the entire place so that we can all feel relaxed walking around and to and fro. So that guys might actually lend to that idea of making it a lot more smaller and more intimate and personal, right? So that's kind of what we got in mind. All right, so we won't dilly-dally any further. We'll get right to it. I will start sharing my screen, and you guys, if you can just let me know when you can see this. We're going to do this. I'm going to do this. We're going to go off into infinity in just a moment. Still got you guys there? Yep. And then I am going to simply hit this tab and boom, there we go. Can you guys see that?
Nice.
Aha.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so this is going to be our home. It's going to be a Holiday Inn in Manchester, Oldham. So it's Oldham is, and again, I you know what? I knew that pronunciation right away. It's not Oldham, it's Oldham.
Oldham.
Yeah. So this is just on the. It's about 7 kilometers away from city center as well as from the airport. So one way or the other would be about the same distance. And it's on the east sort of outskirts of Manchester in what's likely called, forgive me if I'm wrong, it's likely like a suburb almost of Manchester. So you can see right away that it's a cool little place, right? And so what I can do here is I'll just, if you guys can still see those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this will just give you a little overview. I love the little fountain out in front there, as you can see. And this is just right on the website, guys, so you'll be able to check this out. And, of course, the meeting room is very important. And it's all been, recently renovated. So it's very nice and new and modern. So you guys can go check this out. Beautiful dining space and bar lounge area. They do host a lot of weddings. And I love the upper floors in this place with the angled roof. There's another shot of the bar and lounge. Meeting space again. So good restaurant. And there we have it. Yeah, like that shot.
Okay, yeah.
The upper floor rooms are very quaint, very cozy looking. I don't know if they're going to provide the Corona there or not, but we'll talk to them about that. So, okay, well, there we are. So that's that part of it out of the way. And I'm going to come back to, oh, well, while we're here, can you guys see the pre-launch page for Return to Moonbase Alpha?
No.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'll come back to that. We'll deal with one thing at a time. So yeah, so there we go. So the Holiday Inn in Manchester Oldham will be our home this September, and be watching for some more information. That at least gives us a place to call home and get our bearings for everybody, especially traveling international. You can look it up and see it on Google Maps, of course, and things like that. But be watching for, of course, a booking link. We probably won't have a booking link active until into May sometime. Along with everything else, I'm going to have a very busy month with moderating this campaign for the Kickstarter. So, but the important thing is we were able to. We actually had to. I mentioned the Eagle Cockpit guys, and we've actually had to send a good friend of Daryl's. He was in London and helped set up the Eagle. His name is Jed. Lives very close by, and he went to the hotel a couple times specifically to measure the height in a couple of rooms. So we've got a way to make it work. It is going to be tight, and they might even need to modify things just to shave off an inch or two, but we'll make it work. And I think as well, guys, I mean, what do you guys think of that idea of renting out the entire facility and just having us there?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's going to be, we're even trying to open things up. So, it's sort of a contradiction to say we're downscaling, but yet we're opening up the exhibit room to include, say, some other Jerry Anderson properties and displays and exhibits, which is going to also increase, hopefully, ticket sales and attendees. But I mean, unfortunately, if we get the word out there that we've got a cap of 50 rooms, right? I mean, beyond that, if we fill that up, anybody else coming, right? If they're not local, they'll just have to look at other facilities and then, travel there by car or Uber. That's all, right? So, but we'll sort of put that word out there that there is going to be a limit and a cap on rooms. I have a feeling we'll actually fill that very quickly.
Yeah.
Based on London and Los Angeles, we had way more than 70 rooms booked. So it's going to be an early bird dynamic that we're going to have to get it out there, that once that booking code goes live, say in May sometime, that the rooms could book up fast, and then unfortunately you're on your own. But I think for the diehard attendees that have already committed, like yourselves, right, it's going to be a no-brainer to get on there within a couple of days and ensure you got a spot right at the facility, right?
That sounds perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, very exciting. And I will say that, I sort of touched on it, and we will be getting the word out there. But there's a couple of collectors that were in London that actually already own a number of different Jerry Anderson related pieces. So it's going to be a no-brainer to get that, have all those new and fun and additional items on display. And it's I was honestly, I was never a big Super Marination fan. I was always a bigger fan of course, space, but also the live action productions like UFO and things like that. I remember even when Space Precinct came out in the mid to late 80s there. But call it for what it is. I mean, there was a big fan base for all things to do with, Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, all those productions. And I've seen the pictures of like those original puppets are just a wonder, just amazing to see in person. And just the craftsmanship and everything that went into them is just second to none. So I'm really looking forward to that. Have you guys ever are you fans of the Super Marination shows at all? Or?
We're usually watching one show or another. At the moment, we've just come into the end of Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds for the nth time.
And have you guys ever seen the original miniatures in person then?
Yes, at BBC Salford, they've got a media exhibition, and I think they've got a couple of Thunderbirds puppets there.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Very exciting. I did have a close and intimate experience regarding one of those original puppets. And this is sort of a funny little story. You guys might remember this from London when I traveled over. Um, Andrew Frampton, of course, who owns Eagle 2 and will be coming up to Manchester this time out. Long story short is that he had actually recently purchased one of the original puppets from the fellow here in Canada. And
Cool.
I offered to fly over with it. I brought it with me. It was actually my carry-on, and it was in this big tube. So this fellow in Eastern Canada mailed it to me in Western Canada to bring with me on the plane. And of course, I got stopped at security in Regina here before I even boarded the plane, and they were like, "Well, what the heck is this thing you got?" So because they ran it through the X-ray, and they saw this little miniature figure that looked like a little human, and they were like, "Okay, wait, this is red flagged." So I actually had to stand there and open it up and just explain to them what it was and say, please be very, very, there's a lot of value in these, right? But they got a good chuckle out of it, and we got it out and open and unwrapped, because I hadn't even done that, right? So I didn't even know how it was packaged. Yeah, funny little story that, yeah. And I saw it as it passed through and it showed up on the screen, and I watched their reactions. I was half waiting for it. When they came to me, I was like, yeah, you're probably wondering. So yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. So that was my close personal experience with actually one of the puppets. It was from a later series. It wasn't from Thunderbirds or Scarlet. I think it was, and I'm not an expert, Joe 90.
Possibly, yeah.
Could be, yeah.
So, but anyway, a lot of fun. So, and a lot of exciting things coming up over the next few months. Are you guys okay to stick around for a bit? You're welcome to join me and
Yeah.
serve as co-host there on this special segment. Got a lot of people out there tuning in. I haven't even glanced at the comments. Who else can we say hello to here today? So we've got, see if there's any comments on the hotel. Nancy saying the Eagle is amazing, of course. Yeah, Daryl's work. We've got an Adina Zed. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah, you're doing double duty here. From the UK. And Terry from Greece is out there. Hello, nice to see you, my friend.
Hi, Terry.
Yeah, you bet. Terry was in London, right? I believe he was. Mark Anthony Craig, just an hour from Manchester. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And who else we got? Pedro, this is Alpha. Red alert. I don't recognize your name. You're possibly a new member to the community as well. So thank you very much for tuning in and for your support with all things Manchester, and of course our short film coming up. There we go. Look at from Portugal, of course. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. If I just keep scrolling down here. Okay, this is interesting. I hadn't even talked to them about this, Stephen, but thanks for being so Johnny on the spot there. Checking out bookings, the hotel has nothing available those dates, so it looks like they saved it for us. So yes, we do have a provisional hold on the facility until we get an actual agreement in place. So yeah, I'm assuming that's what that is, and just for everybody's peace of mind there, yeah, we did have sort of a temporary hold. So yeah, we should be good. Mark saying, saw the original puppets at Essex Sci-Fi Show in early 2024. I know, yeah, they've made a lot of appearances down through the years. And they drew, yeah, I mean, that's very exciting as well. We're trying to sort of open things up from an attendee perspective and draw a few more people as well. So, Mr. Nick McCarty's out there. Nick, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, Nick. Wow. And again, just a little bit of context. Nick was really helpful on that second trailer we did called Ghost Call with the Alan Carter dream. I saw Nick's imagery on his page with the sort of rundown and abandoned Moonbase Alpha. And it just, from there, it spun in my mind to create something that was very, very sort of haunting and moody and ethereal, and I think it came together just wonderfully. And so thank you, Nick, for all your help on that one. That was awesome. Simon's out there. Hey, Simon, nice to see you. Simon Jones, 7727. And Nancy's saying, I enjoyed Captain Scarlet and Terrahawks. Yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting. And I know enough to know that Terrahawks was a little later. Terrahawks was after Space. It was in the early 80s, and it was a different take on the puppets. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because they were actually hand puppets, right? Essentially, they weren't operated by the string system like the marionettes. So and I watched a little bit of Terrahawks. Interesting little side tidbit here is that Terrahawks is actually Jamie Anderson's favorite production of everything his dad did. And the reason being, it makes sense, because he was just a boy at the time, and it was on, and airing and essentially in production when he was just sort of, discovering and learning all about his dad's work. So that's why it holds a near and dear place in Jamie Anderson's heart, for everything Terrahawks, believe it or not. So yeah, very cool. Mark's saying Nick's stuff is amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. We got a lot of creative people out there today, and Nick's following up with more Eagle goodness to come. Yeah. So it's just incredible environments that Nick creates with some of those digital tools there. Not necessarily AI. I think both Nick and I have dabbled with AI now a little bit, but primarily Nick's stuff is all sort of in tool, if you will, using things like I'm no expert, but there's a software program out there called Blender, and I can't think of the other ones, but it's the same tools that a lot of the motion picture industry people utilize as well. So well, that's great. So as to Return to Moonbase Alpha, now you guys, of course, have been following that, Peter and Adina, since its inception as well, and you guys were actually there the night that the first trailer dropped with Anton at the end of Breakaway, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We were very excited to work on that special version of Breakaway, and then we of course tagged that on to the end as a little coda sequence, and I think it was we'd sort of hinted at something special coming along with Breakaway. We'd sort of advertised that in advance, but so just let me ask you guys, this is being there and one of the first ones to see it. I mean, how do you feel that it played insofar as sort of picking up on the threads from Message from Moonbase Alpha? Because we all know that Message, when Xenia and Johnny did that 25 years ago, it's gone on to sort of be considered the unofficial 49th episode, right? And of course, with that, we hope that a number of people would actually consider Return to Moonbase Alpha, to be the 50th, right? But how did it, just from a personal perspective, how did it feel? How did it affect you guys? I mean, did it resonate in any way in particular?
I found it very moving. Anton's narration plus the choice of the music from the end of Testament of Arcadia, that just really brought it to life.
Yeah. There was a lot that went into it, and that music, that's one of my favorite pieces. Yeah. And it was all about building that emotional arc and curve, right? Leading into the big reveal at the end that they're going back, right? And when he drops that line, and of course the beautiful visuals, the effects work in the background there. So yeah, thank you very much for saying, guys. And Adina, I'm sure you got a kick out of it as well. And
No, it's just when the series ended, we had so many questions, where are they going to go? What happened to our favorite characters? And, for 25 years, we had no idea. So we just assumed, in our mind, we're creating all these possible scenarios, but it's nice to actually see something rather than something, we've dreamt up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was in my mind, it was very much about, where were the orphans today, right? I mean, we all know that down through the years, there's been even a couple attempts at bringing the show back at whether it be a continuation or a reboot or a reimagining, call it what you will. There's been pitches made to ITV, and it's just nobody's ever really, bought it, literally. Message. I think I'm safe in saying this, that it holds, for many, many people, a near and dear place in their heart. It was lovely. I wasn't at Breakaway, so, but I'd heard the stories down through the years of how it was dropped to everybody at the big 1999 convention in Los Angeles. And it just, there was tears, and there was so much emotion after it. It caught everybody off guard. It was a different time, right? I mean, it was done. It was done and presented as a surprise, right? Which certainly isn't the case with Return, but in doing the trailer, that's really what I was trying to capture, is that surprise moment to everybody in the audience in London. Is, I kind of knew all along I couldn't keep the entire project under wraps, and of course, again, it's a different world, right? And we're crowdfunding. We're everybody's aware of it, right? But I think I still was able to capture that surprise element with the trailer nicely, and just give everybody who had, supported the event, the opportunity to see it first, right? And of course, we've distributed it, over the last couple of years on the YouTube page and things like that Roy and I have done. But yeah, I really had a lot of fun putting that together, and for her, I think it's enough people out there have seen it. Dennis is out there. I'm just going to say hi real quick. Dennis from Canada, my brother from the same nation, and Andy Tucker's out there. Andy and Amy, hello guys. Andy and Amy have been just wonderful these last few events with documenting and videographing all of our panels at both Los Angeles and London, and then posting them on their channel. And I believe they're on board as well. And Andy, just so you know, I've been keeping a close eye on my messages. I will be in touch very, very shortly in regards to something. You probably know what it is. And I haven't forgotten about you guys in any way, shape, or form. So I will be in touch. Sorry, it's just been a really hectic week with getting this pre-launch up and running. So, the trailers. So the other thing we've done recently is sort of, I think I started to mention that what I've been trying to do all along now is establish sort of a timeline of their life on Terra Alpha, right? So the Ghost Call, I've sort of set to be the first thing that happens in the timeline, and that's Alan having his dream, right, to go back. And of course, he's, it was with the music and with the visuals. I love Collision Course, so I mean that episode's always stuck with me, and that dialogue that RS says to John Koenig, and of course to Alan, they were the only two to have interacted with her. And now that presumably John Koenig is now gone and unfortunately passed away, Alan, to suddenly receive this. And with the moon coming back, I mean, and the line that's always stuck with me is, "You shall populate the deepest reaches of space. Your journey shall know no end," right? And it's just tied in beautifully to everything, concept-wise, with Return to Moonbase Alpha, right? So, Ghost Call was sort of, and I sort of set that. I think I used the tagline 20 years after landing on Terra Alpha, right? Then the Anton trailer takes place about 25 years after landing on Alpha, which was the 50th anniversary of Breakaway, which we did in London. And so that was, a little more that plans were underway, sort of making that commitment, if you will, on Dr. Matthias's part to be a part of this movement. There was another line as well in Message that not only with the moon coming back after 25 years on a slingshot, yada, yada, but I think there was another note in there that, the population was sort of divided. Not everybody was 100% set, right, and assured that this was the right move. And so we also sort of, brought that forward as well, is that, after 20, 25 years, that there might still, and with the moon coming back, it's going to, of course, build curiosity, excitement, and drive a few people to maybe want to make that journey back and continue on out there, right? So that's sort of, Anton was saying, okay, yeah, we sort of acknowledged that, yeah, it's inevitable, the moon's coming back, and he's willing to take the journey. And having said all that, and I'm sorry if I'm wordy, guys, I've hinted at something else. You guys may have heard about it already, but we have a third trailer.
Ooh.
Ready to go. And now tentatively it's set to launch on April 1st, the first day of the Kickstarter. Again, to sort of just boom right out of the gates, and say what you will about the pre-launch, very important, right? I'm almost half tempted to premiere this third trailer a little sooner, because I think it's going to bowl everybody over. I'm really excited about this one. And, if you guys or anybody out there in the comments were to kick into your sales mode, I might be able to be convinced to premiere this today while we're on the live stream here. I don't know. It would really take some magic words, because I could drop it here in the live stream, and people would have to go look for it. It's not like it would be actually on the page. The show, the entire broadcast, being an hour long, is going to be there, but people would have to go look for it. They'd have to be aware of it. I might be able to be convinced to show everybody today, because it's I did have the involvement again with a celebrity. I'll say that. So, and when I sent them the final version, or the final edit, I will say that they got back to me, and actually their PR agent, they both got back to me and said that it had sort of brought a tear to their eye. And I just, that meant the world to me. And again, it's just, it was about, creating those moments for people. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that and I hope and I pray that I've never come across this way, as being sort of self-centered or egotistical, or making this all about me. I hope that I've been able to relay the idea that I do this because I love it, right? And I it's a lot of work, right? I mean, planning big events like this is one thing. You guys know, you guys have been involved with other events, and what goes into it. And Lordy, I'm doing my third one in a row now. So plus a Kickstarter this year, and a short film. So
you said it. It's a labor of love. So you've got to share it. Yeah. You can't share it on April 1st. People think it's April Fool's. You got to share it today.
Really? I never thought of that, Adina. Boy, oh boy.
You want to build up the excitement. What better with all your fans right here?
I trust me, I've already got something in the works for April 1st as well. So, and again, it's about, because like I've actually done something funny on April 1st for the last 2 or 3 years, going back to my event in Calgary, and it's just a fun opportunity to get people talking and laughing and sharing your stuff. So yeah, trust me, I've got something in the works for April 1st. Once this goes live, once that trailer drops, but I've got a
we look forward to seeing it.
I hope it's going to only amplify the momentum we're trying to build that day, right? Because if we can fund this in the first 24 to 48 hours, like it's clear sailing. So yeah, trust me. And I've This is kind of, I mean, not to sound, full of myself, but this is what I do best. I think marketing, promotions, right, and building excitement, and I think this is my strong suit. So I just hope it's going to pay off. But so you guys are saying that I should drop that trailer today. Let's check the comments here.
Definitely.
In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Let's see. Oh boy, yeah, we've got a few people. Holy smokes, Robert Hill! I've been watching this as well. Is that true? That the Artemis mission is actually? I know it's been delayed since early February. Is that the latest? Is that it's actually been rescheduled for April 1st? Wouldn't that be something to tie in to that launch day? Oh my goodness. You know what, guys, when you talk about fate and it was meant to be,
it is your destiny.
Exactly, Peter. Holy smokes, that is incredible. Well, I'll definitely be watching for that as well. Okay, so let's see. Mark is saying you could trial that new trailer on us right now. Of course we could. Then he's following up with a big please. Andy Tucker, play it. You know you want to.
The eyes have it.
I think it's unanimous.
Nancy's saying, make it so. Oops, wrong series, but still. Awesome. Simon, go on, show it. We won't tell anyone. Beautiful. I love this one. Human decision required. And another zinger from Simon. Punch it up on the big screen. Awesome. Nancy's chiming in again. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? I agree, Adina. Franny's saying, come on. Boy, oh boy. Model Base Alpha, that's Andy and Amy chiming in there with dual accounts. I see what you're up to. Yeah. 2 votes. You're trying to get 2 votes in here, right? I wonder if I got another one from Adina Zed in here somewhere.
Don't go all Commissioner Simmons on us.
Wow, and another update from Robert. Artemis back on pad 39B on April 1st. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And yeah, fortuitous at the same time. Dennis, you want to see it, buddy? Looks like it. You're funny. Oh boy. And Nick, of course. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sounds like the opening of a
Thunderbird
series. Yeah. I wasn't sure which one. Thanks. It was about 90%, but I didn't want to say and get it wrong. Nick, I think you're also you're kind of in the loop on what this third trailer is all about. Nick again was very helpful in running some ideas past. So I don't know. Randy's out there. How many people we got out there? About 18 people. Okay. Well, you know what? I think that about settles it. I think, like you said, I think Peter, Adina, the eyes have it, don't they?
Stand by for action.
I'm kind of backed up against the wall here, so.
Or an eagle.
let me just do this though. Let me say this. If I'm gonna commit to this, I would like everybody out there viewing today, 17, 18 people, right? Here's my negotiation tactic. If I run the trailer, I would like a promise from everybody out there who's watching live to share that Kickstarter pre-launch page on their own personal page on Facebook. If you know that, I don't think that's too much to ask for everybody out there, right? It's simple enough, right? You can it just helps with the exponential growth that we're trying to achieve here over this next 9 or 10 days. So listen, I'm okay with it as long as, you know, I don't think that's too much to ask. If everybody out there watching, Terry's saying, yeah, play it now.
The negotiations were short.
There we go. Randy's saying, of course. Yeah. And Robert, yeah, some just fascinating, Robert, on that Artemis launch. That's, you know, I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. So Mark's saying already done. So okay, well listen, I'm happy to do that, guys, and I sort of had it in my mind before going live that I was probably going to get to this eventuality anyway, but if we can have some fun with it, play it a little bit, and get a few more shares, I mean, hey, it's only going to be to the betterment of everybody out there, right? So I'm okay with that. So listen, let me set it up. Make sure. Yeah, you kind of knew I was expecting this because I actually have it preloaded in StreamYard already. It's not even going to be a matter of sharing my screen. It's like, it's here and it's ready to go. So I am very, very happy to present this. And thank you all again, and consider this an extra special thanks for everybody who does tune in and has supported everything we've done these last few years, myself with Roy, and the this episode segments, and the live events, the virtual events that we did in 2021 and 2022. Everything going right back to, you know, Roy and I were talking that, you know, we go back about 10 years in this fandom now, right? Because his first event was way back in 2017. That's virtually 10 years ago. So he did 17 and 19. And we announced, Robert Wood and myself announced an event for 21, which of course didn't pan out because of COVID and all things pandemic, and everybody knows the story from there. We spun that into those virtual events and we mastered that. And that's been, you know, I look back at it, I mean, and what we did with that first virtual set everything up that we know today, and everything I've been able to do with the YouTube podcasts, with reaching out to people. Roy as well, back in the pandemic, that's how he came up with the concept and the idea of his show, Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi, right? And so he's built a following, you know, down through the years with his review segments as well. And this has just been so much fun. And we do, you know, we do it. I don't want to harp on it, but it is a labor of love, Adina, as you said, and it comes from the heart. So, all right, I've rambled on long enough. So, having said that, welcome to, I guess, what ended up being the world premiere of trailer number 3 of the. You've maybe seen the new edits as well. We've done 1, 2, and 3 in this style, where we've sort of prefaced with the testament of Alpha and sort of a little status update. So this is number 3. This is called Moonrise. So we've also rebranded the Anton trailer Breakaway Redo. We've of course branded the Ara trailer as Ghost Call. And so this is called Moonrise, and I can find it here. It is here. I know it's here somewhere. Yep. Here it is. Enjoy.
Terra Alpha status report. Operation Genesis update. Dr. Dino Vedeschi recording. Many years ago, when I was just a boy, my father and I took a trip to New Elna, our primary capital. Our pilot and friend was Captain Alan Carter, who flew us there in Eagle One. The view over our new world was breathtaking. Ever since that time, I have longed to get back into that pilot seat. And now it appears that I'll actually have that chance very soon. For months now, We've been tracking the moon's approach back into range, and detailed plans are well underway for a few of us to return. Ancient technology that's been discovered here on Terra Alpha will enable us to repair most of Moonbase Alpha's vital systems. Life support will be powered up, and the long-deserted base will be brought back into life after all these years. The decision to leave our home, our families, was not an easy one. As I prepared to embark with my own family, I'll never forget my mother Maya, or my father, Anthony Dean Verdeschi, whom sadly we lost several years ago. We return to the cosmos to honor the memories of everyone we've lost, and to continue the journey the people of Earth started way back on September the 13th, 1999. Operation Genesis will allow us to re-establish a living, breathing presence in outer space and fulfill the destiny of Moonbase Alpha. This is Dr. Dino Verdeschi, signing off.
Got something in my eye.
Wow. Thank you so much. And boy, the comments rolling in just live. It was incredible. Thank you to everybody. Just
That was amazing.
truly. Christian, what a voice. And it just, all along, that's from a behind the scenes perspective, I mean, all along there were discussions to try and involve and demonstrate that this was also going to include a next generation of Alphans, right? Christian all along said he would love to take part in some capacity, and this just sort of came about. And I his words to me after I sent him that, he said it was the most incredible tribute to his father, and that was just so humbling to hear that he got that much out of it, and there we are. So we're Dino Verdeschi, and for anybody out there, Dino, a little tidbit, but in the episode The Immunity Syndrome, when Maya is on Moonbase Alpha and the rest are down on the planet, she's doing some research on Tony, who of course had been undergoing some issues. But there's a video screen, a video monitor where it gives a little background of Tony Verdeschi, and it says that, off the top of my head, there was something about what he graduated from such and such university, but his middle name was Dean, Anthony Dean Verdeschi. Okay. So that's how we came up with Dino, and for his son, named after his dad, and there we go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I love the scenes of the base coming back to life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lighting coming on. And of course, so there's a nice little nod and meta moment, if you will, where we took the photo of Christian when he was a boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the Eagle cockpit, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, you'll notice it right away on repeated viewings. But so I worked with Christian on that, and I said I'd really like to turn this into a meta moment, and I told him what I had in mind, and so we went back and forth on a couple of variations, and again with Nick's help out there, but we came up with the idea of simply colorizing the photo and then putting him in, of course, a little Moonbase uniform, right? Similar to how you see Jackie Crawford
Yeah.
now in the
Yes.
Alpha Child, right? So a nod to several things, but yeah, I think it turned out very well, and yeah, that was a fun little dynamic to include as well. So, and because it was just so much fun in London, if you recall, him recreating that moment, right, where he sat in Daryl's Eagle and he had I probably got the picture up here. He's holding that very same picture. Sure, I've got it. Maybe not. Yeah, but yeah. So it was sort of an extension of that, where he was so thrilled to just jump in there and hold that photo. It was so near and dear to him that I remembered that as well when I was coming up with this. That he'd probably get a kick out of that. So yeah, there we have it. Thank you so much again for everybody out there.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And yeah, some more comments rolling in. The next generation of Alphans makes so much sense. Yeah, it does.
I
It does.
especially liked how you showed some of the cast, including some people who were still around when London happened, but we've lost since. Prentice and
And Clifton.
Connell.
Clifton, yeah.
Clifton.
Yeah, absolutely. It did end up, being
Yeah.
a nice little nod and tribute to everybody, right? And again, the music.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's the trailer sort of split up into a couple of segments in that first part with that famous year 2 theme, the variation on it that they use, right? Not the actual opening, but I always loved that piece of music that plays right after the title sequence in Metamorph, because it's reminiscent of the opening theme, and they never used it again. I wish they would have. Right? And then yes, so year 2, I did have a harder time finding those music cues, as you said, Peter, that would really resonate with a lot of people as with the Anton trailer. But I think that second piece, because of course you need something that just sort of swells and crescendos at the end that leads into that. And I think it worked very well.
Barry Gray was a genius. He's kind of England's John Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
Best analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some more comments. Hi, Jim. Welcome. I don't recognize your name. Welcome. You may be maybe again a new member of the family. We really appreciate you tuning in today. Everything that's to come. Yeah, awesome. And Graham's out there. Been a fan since I was 9 years old, waiting for this. Yeah. Awesome. And Nick, yeah. Thank you again for your help, Mr. McCarty. Everybody's cheering, enthusiastic. So I think it's safe to say we did a good thing. Awesome.
You did a great thing.
Yeah.
No, that was wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, Mark, and like I said, what an amazing voice, right? Like he could be a voice actor like that. He has such a gravitas voice. Just yeah. and he just even with that opening sentence, it's like he fell into that role where he says, Terra Alpha status report, Operation Genesis update, Dr. Dino Viderci recording. It's just like that was like lifted right out of a year 2 episode with Helena's status reports. It's just amazing. So yeah, well, thank you to everybody out there. I think it's really going to help us come April 1st. And I'm happy to give you guys the sneak preview. You guys, well,
thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. that was a lot of fun. It's nice to get some of that early feedback and buzz as well. And excitement gearing up to that big day in about 9 or 10 days on April 1st. So, okay, well, listen, anything else you guys can think of or any other questions?
No, I just wanted to throw one thing out there. We do a gig every year at Pinewood. So last time we went in, we specifically went to stage, was it K&L, where they did 1999. and they're not really used much anymore. And you can see the old wooden floors, and they're uneven, but you can just imagine so much. Everything from 1999 was filmed there. The last episodes of UFO were filmed there,
Yes.
plus some of the other Anderson shows like The Protectors, and I think even Terrahawks was partly filmed there. Or was that Space one?
Space Precinct.
Space Precinct.
Yeah.
Was all done there. And you can kind of feel the history in the walls. But, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Adina, so I need to ask, because I mean, yeah, that's like a bucket list item for so many people. And we tried, trust me, you know, when we planned our day trip out to Pinewood, yeah, we tried every avenue available to see if we could get, you know, on lot access. So what is that you're, what's your secret?
Okay, we do a charity gig every year. And it's to promote jobs in the film and TV industry.
It's called the Futures Festival.
And every year you can actually go into Pinewood Studios, and they take you on a little tour, but only to very limited stages. But then they show you how, you know, the cameras work and how costumes work and props and script writing. And then they bring in all the, you know, the high tech gear, the cameras on pedestals. And then you've got the crane cams, and the greens department comes out, the people who do the trailers. So it's literally a full view of the film and TV industry.
Okay.
You basically go as part of the Rebel Legion and the 501st,
Sure.
because Star Wars is now associated with Pinewood.
I recall that you guys were 501st members. Yeah.
We bring in like 75 people in full screen accurate costumes, and we entertain the people as they walk around.
Photo ops.
But, you know, each year it's at a different stage where whatever is free. But last year just happened to be KNL. And so we tried to take pictures. It wasn't allowed, but we got a few of us standing outside from the official photographer.
Okay.
But it was just amazing to know that it had actually been filmed there. And of course,
to stand in that very spot. Yeah, just amazing. I'm so envious, but good for you guys, and you know, good for supporting such a worthy cause as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, terrific. There's a couple extra comments coming in, people showing up. Boy, might have to run that trailer again for anybody out there. Just saying. So Dave Atchison just showed up, and I know you missed the trailer, Dave. And I'd really like you to see it, because I actually commented on one of your posts from earlier today, and I said that season 2 fans are going to love it. And so what else we got? Oh, there was a lady, Debbie Drake, wondering about the hotel. Yes, Debbie. And then Mark had graciously put up that it is the Holiday Inn in Oldham. Can't book the rooms quite yet, so we don't have a booking link set up yet. That'll probably be into May sometime. And the reason being, we're really going to try and do something a little different this time for everybody out there that missed this from earlier. We're going to try and book the whole facility. So it is a smaller facility, but we're going to try and rent the whole place out so that it's just us. It's just Elfins for the entire weekend. So that's sort of our strategy there is to take over the whole place, if you will. So Holiday Inn Oldham. You guys can go to the website, and there's some really nice photos. It looks like a nice, quaint place. We're really excited to be partnering there. And we're really up on viewership. We're over. We're at 18 or 19. I saw it up as high as 27 viewers out there. And for anybody new rolling in, like, I would roll that trailer again, because their response has been so overwhelming. You guys would probably love to see it a second time. But for anybody new as well, here's the catch. You have to simply share that Kickstarter link on your own personal page, right? And so to anybody new out there, and if we can get a couple more viewers joining in here, well, we'll roll it again. I haven't had enough coffee today. As long as we can get that commitment to share the pre-launch page on your own personal Facebook page, that's primarily where our community is. on a personal level, I don't have X or Twitter. I don't have Instagram or Discord or places like that. But that's one other thing I should maybe mention, is that for anybody out there with those platforms, if you could share that, that would be phenomenal, because it would get it out there to an entirely new group of people who wouldn't ordinarily have access to it. We've done really well on Facebook, but I know that there's a lot of people on Instagram and X. And for anybody with accounts, boy, I would definitely be buying you some sushi in Manchester. So anything you can do to help. Franny, thank you, Franny. You bet, you bet. Graham's chiming in here. I was lucky enough to attend the HD21 Fanderson event years ago, and Keith Wilson showed us around the stage where the original main mission stage was filmed. It was tiny. I remember. So is that Graham, was that the Destination Moonbase Alpha event in 2005? I think it was, because Keith Wilson was there. You guys were, I saw the pictures, you guys were right there in front of the soundstage doors. So that must be it. What an amazing opportunity, similar to well, you can relate to that, Adina, and
yeah.
just being there in that moment. And it's just, it's like, I can't help but feel that it wouldn't be just like being stuck in a moment of time, right? And imagining back to all those years ago. Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Well, okay, so that's great, Dave. Oh yeah, I know. It's no problem. As long as you guys can get to it in the next week or so, before April 1st. That's really the key, is that we our goal. Oh, Graham's saying it was a separate event. Okay, gotcha, Graham. Yeah, the goal is to really get as many pre-launch followers as possible. And get the word out there. So that would, that's essentially it. So you guys want to see the trailer again?
Yeah, go
yes.
on then.
And we're back up. And thanks again, guys. I really appreciate the kind words and comments. I'll gladly roll it here again. So just let me cue it up. Oh, I did find it.
Hey.
There's the photo of Christian. Yes, in Daryl's eagle. Doesn't it look amazing? And doesn't he just look so happy to be there?
Yeah.
He was very, very proud of that moment. Yeah. And there's the original before we colorized it. So he's in the uniform. And I think, yeah, that's close to the final version that we included in the trailer. Yeah. Okay, well, let's have another look at that. Here it comes.
Terra Alpha status report. Operation Genesis update. Dr. Dino Videshi recording. Many years ago, when I was just a boy, my father and I took a trip to New Elna, our primary capital. Our pilot and friend was Captain Alan Carter, who flew us there in Eagle One. The view over our new world was breathtaking. Ever since that time, I have longed to get back into that pilot seat. And now it appears that I'll actually have that chance very soon. For months now, we've been tracking the moon's approach back into range, and detailed plans are well underway for a few of us to return. Ancient technology that's been discovered here on Terra Alpha will enable us to repair most of Moonbase Alpha's vital systems. Life support will be powered up, and the long-deserted base will be brought back into life after all these years. The decision to leave our home, our families, was not an easy one. As I prepared to embark with my own family, I'll never forget my mother Maya, or my father, Anthony Dean Videshi, whom sadly we lost several years ago. We returned to the cosmos to honor the memories of everyone we've lost, continue the journey the people of Earth started way back on September the 13th, 1999. Operation Genesis will allow us to re-establish a living, breathing presence in outer space and fulfill the destiny of Moonbase Alpha. This is Dr. Dino Videshi, signing off.
Okay, there we go. Awesome.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thank
Well, it was a lot of fun to put together, and it was sort of a culmination of a lot of ideas over the last few years, guys, because we're not sure the way it stands, even if Christian might be in the final take or the final version, who knows, right? But I still wanted to give him that opportunity. I think it came together just lovely. So very, very pleased. Oh, and David, yes, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I appreciate that. Graham, Mark, everybody out there is just loving it. For sure. Okay. Well, listen, I can't believe I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes already.
Time flies.
Well, I think we did well. So you listen, Peter and Adina, thank you so much for joining in. This has been a lot of fun, and
It's always a pleasure, Warren.
Well, thanks for having us on.
You guys, I tell you, it's made this day and all that much more special to everybody out there to touch base with you guys, and yeah, let's knock this out of the park next week, and let's have an amazing time in Manchester this September. We're really hoping it's going to be something special. So yeah, no, well, great. Thanks very much again. Oh, I'm seeing some more comments. Dennis, thank you so much, Dennis, for your help with sharing that. And my dear friend, of course, Nancy's a dear friend. I clicked the wrong one. Nancy, you've had a couple shout outs here, but Ruth is just chiming in right at the end of the broadcast. Hello, Ruth Rickersfeld. Lovely to see you. Yeah, this will actually be on the pages, Ruth, so you'll be able to go back and watch this. It'll be archived also on the YouTube channel. So yeah, and Nancy, again, thank you. Nancy's gotten it out there on Instagram for us. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nancy. And I know Nancy offhand, you must have a large following on Instagram. Nancy's a fitness trainer, fitness advisor. So yes, that's awesome, Nancy. Thank you so much for your time and help and sharing that. So, okay, well, listen, I will wrap things up then for today. Thank you again, everybody out there, and especially to my dear friends Peter and Adina for joining.
Thank you, Warren.
Thank you.
And we will keep in touch over the next few days. We'll be watching that Kickstarter, and very exciting times for everybody. So we'll call that a wrap. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Roy usually does the peace, live long and prosper, right?
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you is a good one. Yes. And Peter, that's a double whammy there, because be seeing you, of course, from The Prisoner, but also another one of my favorites, Babylon 5.
Yeah.
JMS, a big Prisoner fan.
Which we're watching again at the moment, Babylon.
Oh, it's just, boy, Roy is really got to get on that. I've bugged him for years now that he should really watch Babylon 5. The 90s, for me, Deep Space Nine was on. I've always been a Trek fan, but from week to week, Babylon 5 was my go-to. You could not miss an episode, right?
Absolutely.
And then, of course, when I saw it live, funnily enough, I didn't catch the Prisoner reference because I hadn't seen the Prisoner back in the 90s. But then, upon rewatches, wow, when Bester, Walter Koenig from Star Trek, pulls the "Be Seeing You," it's like, oh my God, when worlds collide, worlds collide, literally. So, no, that's great. Okay, guys. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Thanks again to everybody out there. And Terry, nice to see you. Everybody's saying bye for now. So we'll catch you in the ether of the
Thanks,
internet
Warren.
this week. We'll say bye-bye for now, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stay tuned. Bye-bye.